They said I'd never fly, chained to her apron strings. Now I own the sky. Too soft, they whispered. I built empires with that softness. Her voice, my compass. They called it weakness. I called it direction. The world tried to harden me. She taught me resilience. Guess who won? Cut the cord, they demanded. I wove it into a lifeline. Every scar they gave me, her love healed twice over. They laughed at my loyalty. Now they beg for a fraction of it. Her whispers were my strategy. Their shouts just noise. Spoiled, they sneered. I call it strategically nurtured. The warmth they mocked became my impenetrable shield. They said I wouldn't survive. I built a throne on their doubts. Her tears fueled my fire. They couldn't understand. Dependent, they judged. I call it deeply rooted. The hand they dismissed held my entire universe. They tried to erase her influence. I amplified it. Sheltered, they claimed. I emerged, a force of nature. Her faith, my foundation. Their disbelief, my fuel. They underestimated her, and therefore they underestimated me. Tied down, they thought. I soared on the wings of her belief. The comfort they ridiculed became my ultimate weapon. They saw a child, I saw a legacy. Her love was my secret weapon. They never saw it coming. Weak, they presumed. I proved them devastatingly wrong. The bond they dismissed, my unbreakable armor, they tried to break me. I rebuilt myself with her love as mortar. Naive, they labeled me. I outsmarted them all. Her wisdom, my advantage, their ignorance, their downfall. They sought to diminish her. I elevated her. Controlled, they assumed. I wielded my own destiny. The strength they mocked became my unstoppable force. They tried to sever the connection. I forged it into an unbreakable chain. Lost, they predicted, I found my purpose in her eyes. Her protection, my sanctuary, their attacks, futile. They saw a shadow, I became the sun. Bound, they believed. I broke every chain but hers. Her guidance, my North Star, their confusion, my amusement. They tried to extinguish her light. I reflected it tenfold. Soft target, they thought. I became an immovable object. The love they deemed weakness, my greatest power. They aimed to dismantle me. I stood stronger than ever. Incapable, they declared. I redefined capability. Her voice, my echo, their noise, irrelevant. They tried to rewrite my story. I wrote my own. Restrained, they thought. I unleashed my potential. Her embrace, my fortress. their assaults meaningless. They sought to diminish my roots. I grew taller, dependent, they judged. I became self-sufficient, rooted in love. Her lessons, my arsenal. Their tactics, obsolete. They tried to break my spirit. I soared on the wings of her strength. Vulnerable, they assumed. I became impenetrable. Her love, my shield. Their hate, a blunt weapon. They aimed to sever my ties. I strengthened them. Tied to her, they claimed. I flew on her wings, her wisdom, my strategy, their confusion, my victory. They tried to silence her voice. I made it thunder. Protected, they sneered. I became the protector. Her faith, my bedrock. Their doubt, quicksand. They sought to erase her influence. I magnified it. Lost cause, they whispered. I became a legend. Her love, my legacy. Their judgment, dust. They said her love would cripple me. It became my wings. Too close, they scoffed. I built a universe within her orbit. Her gentle hand, my guiding force. Their harsh words, empty echoes. They tried to dim her light in me. I became a supernova. Mama's boy, they spat. I built an empire on her values. Her comfort, my strength. Their chaos, my calm. They sought to weaken my core. I found my power in her heart. Soft, they labeled me. I became unbreakable. Her voice, my inner compass. Their noise, a distant hum. They tried to erase her mark. I wore it like a crown. Dependent, they sneered. I became the source of my own strength. Her embrace, my sanctuary. Their storms, meaningless. They aimed to break my spirit. I rebuilt it with her love. Naive, they whispered. I outmaneuvered them all. Her wisdom, my weapon. Their ignorance, their undoing. They tried to diminish her influence. I amplified it tenfold. Controlled, they assumed. I became the master of my fate. Her love, my armor. Their hate, a dull blade. They sought to sever our bond. I made it unbreakable. Lost, they predicted. I found my purpose in her eyes. Her protection, my foundation. Their attacks, futile. They saw a child. I became a legend. Bound, they believed. I soared on the wings of her belief, her guidance, my North Star. Their confusion, my amusement. They tried to extinguish her flame. I became a wildfire. Soft target, they thought. I became an impenetrable fortress, her love, my greatest power. Their judgment, irrelevant. They aimed to dismantle me. I emerged stronger than ever. Incapable, they declared. I redefined what's possible.